Hey guys, in this video I will show you a free template I have put together for you. This handy tool lets you export Excel charts and ranges directly into PowerPoint. Before I dive into the details, let me give you a quick demo. On my screen right now you can see the Excel template I have created. And over there's my current folder, which includes a PowerPoint template. Let me just open up this presentation for you. This PowerPoint is just a sample template. Feel free to use any other PowerPoint presentation you have at hand. You will see that in my template we start with a title slide, followed by a couple of blank slides, and then we wrap it up with some closing slides. The idea here is simple. I want to insert Excel charts as images into these blank slides. To do this, we are going to pop back to my Excel workbook. What I will be doing is copying a specific Excel cell range as an image. To illustrate this, I have filled my Excel range with an orange color. Anything within this range will be then transferred to PowerPoint. For this example, I've got a straightforward line chart here. The only task you have is to name this range. I have done that already. When I highlight the range, you can see I've called it range line chart. And don't worry, I will walk you through all the details step by step in just a moment. Right now, I just want to show you the general idea of it. And over here, you will see that I have done the same for the bar chart. If I select it, the relevant range gets highlighted. Once that is sorted, we can switch back to my control panel. Here, all you need to do is to insert the range name into the table, specify the image properties, enter the slide number, and provide the path to the PowerPoint template. With that in place, I can now hit this button. Now the magic begins. The template will open, and the Excel ranges will be transferred over as images. Once that's done, you will see a message box. As a result, you will have a new presentation in your folder. If I open the new file, you can see the charts. Those have now been copied as images. You can select them and shuffle them around as needed. So that's a quick intro to this tool. And as promised, let's dive into a real-world example. Picture this. You are a business analyst and every month you need to prepare a presentation for your management team. To do this, you are working with an Excel file. This spreadsheet holds your data, perhaps pulled directly from a database. I've kept my example here quite basic. I have a data tab, and from this data I have created some Excel charts. Keep in mind, these charts aren't required to be laid out as I have done here. They could be scattered throughout your workbook. What's important is that you assign a name to the range containing each chart. Right now, if I look at the named ranges, you can see it's empty. Naming a range is simple. You just need to select it. Here the chart falls within the selected range. I have excluded the border because I don't want it in my PowerPoint presentation. Once you have defined your range, you can click here and give it a name. Let's call this one Chart 1. And then I will hit enter. And I will do the same for the next range. Selecting it, and naming it Chart 2, and hitting enter. And I will carry on this way for all the other charts. By the way, it doesn't have to be a chart per se. Anything within the named range will be copied over to PowerPoint. For instance, I have included some data tables in my range here. Once you're done, you should have a list of your named ranges. If you select one, the respective range will be highlighted. With this preparation completed, let's save the file and head back to my template. Over here you will find this button. Clicking it allows you to choose a spreadsheet into which you want to inject this template. In my case, I'm going to navigate to my real-world example folder and select the Excel file we just prepared. Once that's done, you will see this message box. And if you peek into my folder, you will notice there's a new file, this time with an XLSM extension. So what just happened? All necessary VBA macros have been copied over to your spreadsheet and it's been saved as a new file. By default, this new file will stay open. We still have our data and charts tab, but we've also now this control panel. Alright, your next step is to fill out all necessary fields. First, I will delete the path to the PowerPoint template. I've also included some error handling too. So if you try to run the tool with an invalid template path, you will see the following error message. To get the template path, hold down the Shift key and right click on the file. This gives you the option to copy as path. Now I can paste it into my cell here. Just make sure to remove the quotation marks at the end and start of the path. Optionally, you could also name the generated PowerPoint presentation. If you try to run the script now, you will see another error message, as there is no range named line chart or bar chart in this workbook. Remember, we named them chart 1 to 6. So I will update the ranges here in the table. For the image properties, I will just copy the default values for now. We will adjust these shortly. Finally, I also need to specify the slide numbers. If you try to rerun the tool, you will get another error message, as the current template only has 5 slides. But I have inputted slide number 6 and 7 in my table. So let's duplicate the blank slides in my template. With the template adjusted, I will save the presentation. Back in my spreadsheet, let's try to run the script one more time. And this time, all ranges are copied over successfully. When it's done, a pop-up window will appear. And there we have it, our new presentation. Let's open it up and position it next to the Excel file. Now we have just inputted the default values for the image properties. But in a real-world setting, you want to position the images in a specific place in your presentation. This is actually quite simple. Let's say on the third slide, you want to move the image more to the left. After I have positioned the picture, I will select it, and back in my workbook, I will click this button. This pulls the image properties from PowerPoint, which are also copied to my clipboard. So all I need to do is to paste these values into my table. I will select the first cell, and then under Paste, I will choose Paste Values. The next time you use the tool, the images will be positioned correctly. By the way, if you haven't selected an image and clicked the button, you will get the following error message. Alright, now all you need to do is to go through your slides, position them correctly, and transfer those positions to Excel. You can adjust the size of the images as well, making them smaller or larger. So let me change the other slides as well. And if you want, you can also place multiple images on one slide. For example, let's cut out the image from slide 7 and paste it on slide 6. I will reposition the charts, making them a bit smaller. Now I just need to update the image properties for chart number 5 and chart number 6. Of course, I also need to change the slide number from 7 to 6. With that done, I will close the presentation and run the tool again. When it's done, I will get my pop-up again. If the PowerPoint name already exists, it won't be overwritten. Instead, a version number will be added to the end. So now I have my version number 2. Opening this presentation, we can now see all the charts in the correct position. Alright, and this is essentially the template I have created for you. You can find the download link to this file in the video description. I might extend the template in the future with more features and bug fixes. If you want to ensure you are using the latest template, click the following button. If there's a new version available, you can directly download it from within the template. One more remark, you need to enable VBA macros to use this template. You can do this by navigating to File, and then Options, Trust Center, and going to Trust Center Settings. Under Macro Settings, check the following option. If you want to stay safe, you can keep Disable all macros with notification. Just remember to turn on macros when a message pops up as you open the workbook. Also, I have only tested this template on a Windows system. It probably won't work on macOS. With that said, I would love to hear your feedback on the template. Do you find it useful? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.